Zelda, please. You're in a classroom.
So what? I love you in a classroom. I love you anywhere. I love you indoors, outdoors, upstairs, downstairs, backwards, forwards. I love you.
Zelda.
How come?
How come what?
How come you love him? He don't love you.
He will. I'll get him yet.
So what do you have when you get him? I mean, he's kind of puny, ain't too bright, and he'll be bald before he's 30.
Thanks a lot.
Like what?
Don't you understand, Maynard? That's exactly why I love him. I mean, he's weak and bewildered and helpless. He needs me to guide his faltering feet.
Zelda, please, won't you get off my back?
Never, Poopsie. I'm going to straighten you out, and we'll be married and live in a split-level house with a big green lawn and rhododendron bushes, and we'll have 3 little children, 2 boys and a girl.
And I shall send each of them a silver spoon for his christening. But right now, I should like to begin the class, provided, of course, you have no objections.
I do. I got, like, lots of objections.
Yes, Mr. Krebs, I'm sure you do. Let us press on. Arnold, prepare the mice. All right, here, my young barbarians, is a maze. Please gather around. At that end of the maze is a little box of cheese. And right here, I'm going to have Arnold put one of the mice. Well, this is BF 436. BF for bright female. See how well she runs. Without pauses, without errors. This bright little creature makes her way right to the cheese. Very fine, my little beauty. Very intelligent. Now here, we have another white mouse. But this, you might say, is a mouse of a different color. Now this one is DM 108. See how he hesitates, how he fumbles, retraces his steps. Now you know why we call him DM for dull male. Now, class, what does this experiment prove?
That mice like cheese.
Brilliant. Oh, Mr. Gillis.
It proves some mice are dumber than others. But why?
Now, that is the question, why? And the answer is heredity. You see, one mouse has been bred for intelligence, the other one for stupidity. We've controlled these laboratory animals for generations through selective mating. Well, he said.
You mean for one mouse you picked a bright mother and father, and for the other one you picked a dumb mother and father?
No, we went further back than that. We picked their grandparents as well as their great-grandparents, and you can see the results. It works the same with any other species, not only mice.
Yes, it works particularly well on people. For example, in the Osborne family, 4 generations, we have been picking our ancestors very, very carefully. Well, just look at me.
Yeah, I think somebody goofed.
Why shock you, low-born person?
Well, that's why dumb dogs have dumb pups, and dumb cats have dumb kittens, and dumb parents have dumb children. It's called the heredity factor. Well, what's the matter, Mr. Gillis? I've never seen you looking like that before.
I just got a brilliant idea.
No wonder I've never seen you looking like that before.
I never thought this day had come. Never. For years, I've been trying to get Zelda off my back. I tried everything I knew, but what chance did I have? I mean, Zelda's all brain, and me, well, let's face it. I'm charming, lovable, clean-cut, winsome, loyal, devoted, true. But smart? Smart I've never been. Until now. This time, I'm a cinched-out widder. A cinched-out foxer to out-clever her, to dazzle her with my footwork. Boy, will I dazzle her. Maynard, old friend, this is a glorious day, an historic day.
Don't tell me. Let me guess. Let's see. It's not the 4th of July, because that's in August. It's not Columbus Day, because that's in 1492. And it's not Lincoln's birthday, because that's on Washington's birthday.
I give up. Today's the day that I finally, with my own head, figured out a way to get Zelda off my back. Truly and completely off my back, now and forever.
You're Josh.
You sure are, Poopsie. I don't know what ridiculous scheme your puny little mind has come up with this time, Dobie, but you might as well forget it. You'll never get rid of me, because whatever you think of, I'll always think of something better.
Oh, I know, Zelda, I know.
Because I have a mind like Einstein, Madame Curie, and Mort Saul all rolled into one. And you, on the other hand...
Am slow, dull, dim, thick, and foolish.
You forgot stupid.
Yeah.
True. So why don't you spare yourself, Dobie, and come to Zelda, who will always love and cherish you and protect you from the cruel world.
Zelda, I'd like nothing better. I mean, life would be so simple with a genius like you taking care of a dope like me. But, Zelda, we just can't do it.
You about to spring the trap, Dobe?
In a minute.
Well, spring it and let's get it over with. I'd like to measure you for a new sweater.
Zelda, my dear.
Hey, Zelda, I really think he's got something this time.
Pish-posh. Yes, Dobie, my beloved numbskull.
Oh, I am a numbskull. That's exactly what I am, a numbskull. And you've got a mind like a computer.
Well, that was established back in kindergarten. Now let's get on with your scheme.
I'm rooting for you, Dobe.
Yeah, thank you. Zelda, my dear, you have, I understand, a plan for me.
You know it, Buster. We will be married and live in a split-level house with a big green lawn and rhododendron bushes, and we'll have 3 little children, 2 boys and a girl.
Aha.
Ah, now you're gonna spring the trap, huh, Dope?
Right now.
It's spring already.
Zelda, do you remember what the professor said when he was doing that experiment yesterday with the white mice? All that stuff about heredity. Dumb dogs have dumb pups, and dumb cats have dumb kittens, and dumb people have dumb children.
But I'm not dumb.
But I am. Zelda, how can you do such a rotten thing to your children, giving them my dumb brain?
But they'll be inheriting my brain, too.
Maybe. It's a 50-50 chance. But how can you risk it, Zelda? How can you gamble with your children's minds? No, Zelda, you've got to give me up for the sake of your children. You've got to let me go.
But, Dobie, I love you.
You're not going to burden those poor little innocent babies with my dumb old mind. You're going to find a mate just as intelligent as yourself.
Dobie, you've done it. You've outsmarted me.
Europa!
Maynard, that's Eureka. Come, Zelda.
Where?
To start our search for an intelligent mate. A man with a brain so large, so active, so dynamic that he'll be a worthy father of your children. And of all the guys on campus, it's obvious that the smartest, the sharpest, the wisest, the deepest, the quickest, the brightest can only be...
Surely you jest, Gillis, baby.
But Chatsworth, you haven't thought it through. Remember, you're an aristocrat, a thoroughbred, an intellectual. A rat, Maynard.
Dobie, just give it up. Chatsworth doesn't want me.
No offense, Zelda, chickie, but true. You no doubt have many fine
You
qualities.
bet she has many fine qualities. Brain power, intellect, cunning, a mind to match your own. Chatsworth, when you've got a thoroughbred racehorse, you look for another thoroughbred. You don't go looking for some nag that's pulling a milk wagon.
Rochelle is scarcely a nag that pulls a milk wagon, are you, ma chère?
Scarcely.
All right, so she's a blue blood. But she's awful dumb.
I'll tell you how dumb she is. She was copying my test paper the other day.
Dobie, it is well known that you have been trying to foist Zelda off on someone for years. And I do wish you luck in this worthy pursuit. But me, Dobie-doo? No, Dobie-doo. Come, Rochelle, my little muskrat. Let's go for a spin in my madly expensive handmade sports car.
Well, Dobie, I guess we're skunked. Let's go look for the second best IQ.
No, sir. There'll be no second best for you. Only the top is good enough for my Zelda.
Dobie, I love you.
You're all heart, girl, except for your brain.
The only trouble is, how are we going to get Chatsworth Osborne, Jr.?
Dobie, if you'll forgive me, this is a big problem which requires a big mind. Now, you've taken me about as far as you can with your limited mental equipment, and I'm very grateful to you. But from here on, I'm taking over. I mean, well, you don't send a boy to do a man's job.
Hey, cool. You're gonna put that rotten, conniving brain of yours to work, huh, Zell?
You bet.
It's not going to be easy. Chatsworth is a tough guy to move, even for you.
True. But there is one power in the world that can move Chatsworth Osborne, Jr. One power.
Preposterous.
But, Mrs. Osborne, you haven't even thought it through.
There is nothing to think about. Chatsworth is an aristocrat and you are a commoner.
Oh, me too. I'm more commoner than anybody.
That's exactly the point, Mrs. Osborne. You gotta think of the Osborne line. Look at him. The end of the line.
Oh, really, Mumsy, this is too outre.
Oh, nasty.
Now, take me on the other hand. I'm smart.
She's been valedictorian ever since kindergarten.
And I'm strong.
You want to hit her in the stomach?
And I'm healthy.
Show her your teeth, Zelda.
Look.
Yeah, once at a carnival, I saw her bite clean through a 2x4.
I'm a hard worker. I spend practically no money, and my digestion is perfect.
Also, her appendix is out.
Child, I am, of course, very impressed by your manifold assets, but think of the difference in our social standing.
You think of the difference, Mrs. Osborne. Are you forgetting what happened to the royal families in Europe in the olden days? They didn't marry any commoners, and their blood kept getting thinner and thinner until finally the families just disappeared. Look what happened to the Bourbons.
They all got drunk.
Look what happened to the Habsburgs, the Tudors, the Stuarts. Where are they now? Are you going to let the Osborne line just dwindle away like that?
No, by thunder, I am not.
Mumsy, whatever are you thinking of? Rochelle and I have an understanding.
Oh, golly whiskers, Mrs. Osborne.
Out of here, you puny girl. Take your flimsy, aristocratic bones out of here. Bigger.
Mumsy!
Oh, Chatsworth, don't ever sneak up on me like that without warning.
Mumsy, I will not be treated like a piece of chattel.
You will do exactly as your mother, who loves you, commands. I haven't many more years left. Not more than 40 or 50, perhaps. But before I go, I want to see this Osborne house full of sturdy young little Osbornes.
Yay, Mrs. O.
You'll never regret this, Mrs. Osborne.
I certainly will not. You know, I like this little girl. peasant though she may be. I like the intelligence shining in those beady little eyes. I like that tiny, scheming little brow and that stubborn, buttoned little chin. Give me grandsons. Do you hear me, girl? Give me lots of grandsons. I want sturdy, ruthless, unprincipled, nasty little boys to carry on the Osborne tradition.
Mumsy, I won't do it. I shall hold my breath until I die.
You are looking at Dobie Gillis, free man. For the first time in my whole life, Zelda's off my back. Actually, honestly, off my back. Boy, what a glorious feeling. Of course, I'm not entirely happy about what I did to Zelda. Without me, she's a cinch to turn into a poor, miserable, unhappy creature.
Chance with you so darling.
Yes, I am rather, aren't
I
I?
didn't think I had it down so about you and I.
Well, I, too, my little otter, was quite out of sorts at the beginning. But now that I've come to know you, mwah, quelle joie.
And mwah, kills one of you, Jesse.
And to think of all the time I wasted on those well-born little flibberty gibbets.
What are you complaining about? I had Dobie.
Dope, I'm gonna get me one of them goof-off specials. 1 scoop of vanilla, 1 scoop of strawberry sherbet, 1 scoop of diced leg of lamb. Why don't you get you one?
Oh, just a minute. I see Zelda over there. Maybe we ought to go over and cheer her up.
His brother gave her the pineapple.
Oh, I don't know, Dope. Looks like if she gets any more happy, we'll have to wrap her up in wet sheets.
She's just putting on a brave front. Poor, miserable kid. Hi, Zelda. Mind if we join you? Kind of perk up your spirits a little bit?
No offense, Dobie do, but we'd rather you didn't. Zelda and I are having an absolutely smashing time.
Yes, we're discussing the theories of Einstein.
Oh, sounds like screams.
Don't laugh. All my life I've been looking for somebody I could talk to about Einstein.
Yes, and all my life I've been looking for somebody who could understand Einstein.
What's to understand? E equals MC squared.
Oh, of course, but how about the space-time continuum?
You sure you don't want me to cheer you
It
up?
hadn't been for Aristotle.
Yes.
Yeah, I could
the
do
devil
some
of
tricks,
Aristotle
maybe,
is not
make you
likely
feel
to be
better.
dismissed.
You put it so well. Have you read Nietzsche's Mann und Übermensch?
Of course, who has not? But the real fun, my little gazelle, is to read Nietzsche along with Hegel and Swedenborg.
Would you like me to do my imitation of a chicken?
Come on, let's go down to the library and do it right now.
Of course, my impetuous one.
Zelda, chance for...
Dope?
Huh?
I'd like to hear your imitation of a chicken.
Never mind.
It didn't sound too much like a chicken.
Nah.
That did. A sick one.
Of course I wanted Zelda to be happy. But did she have to be that happy?
Oh, marvelous. You're going to sing.
Yes, and beautifully, so be quiet. Oh, Lord Jeffrey Amherst was a soldier of the king, and he came from across the sea. To the Frenchmen and the Indians, he didn't do a thing in the wilds of this wild country. In the wilds of this wild country. And for his royal majesty, he fought with all his might, for he was a
Hey,
soldier.
Dope, where you been?
Around.
Gee, I hardly ever see you anymore, good buddy. I thought once you got that rotten Zelda back, we could hack around all the time, but I ain't seen you in days.
I've been busy.
Yeah, too bad, cause you wanna know where I just was?
No, Maynard.
I was downtown watching them knock down the old Endicott building. You see, they got this big crane, see? And on the end is this iron ball. And this guy whams it into the building. Are you through? I got one more. That's it? That's it?
I'm delighted.
You don't look delighted, you look miserable. In fact, you've been looking miserable ever since you got rid of Zelda so you could be happy.
Maynard, that's true.
You ain't in love with that small girl, are you?
It's not a question of love. It's just a question of losing something that you were used to.
Yeah, it's too bad you figured out such a smart way to get rid of her.
What do you mean?
I mean, you used up all your smartness, and now you'll never figure out a way to get her back. Never.
What's the use kidding? You're right. I couldn't think of a thing, not one single thing, to get Zelda back. Oh, by the way, did I tell you I want her back? Well, I do. If you're surprised, how do you think I felt? But if our professor was right about heredity, I was a gone goose. And our professor was always right. So I'd never get Zelda back. But was he right? Couldn't there be some chance, some tiny little chance, that this one time he was wrong?
Not a chance.
Not an itsy
Not a
bitsy
smidgen of an iota of a chance. Mr. Gillis, in all the years I've done this experiment, the smart mouse always runs the maze faster.
Always?
Always?
The dumb one never wins?
Never.
Don't seem fair.
But how do you know that's on account of heredity? Couldn't there be some other reason?
Mr. Gillis, I'm not trying to tell you that heredity is the only factor of counts. Of course there are others, and they are very important, too. But you can't discount heredity. It's a fact that bright parents produce bright offspring.
You're sure?
Why all this sudden interest in white mice, Mr. Gillis?
Oh, just scientific curiosity.
Yeah, and besides, he snowed Zelda into getting off his back on account of this heredity jazz. And now that he's got her off his back, he wants her back on his back.
But to get her back, you have to prove that heredity doesn't work. For instance, if in class today I let the mice run the maze again, and this time the dumb mouse beat the smart mouse, that would sort of knock my statements about heredity into a cocked hat.
Not only that, it would prove they weren't true.
Would you? Would you let the mice run again today, please, sir? Maybe it'd come out different this time.
It wouldn't.
How come?
Because they were just fed a few hours ago, and no mouse, no matter how bright, will run the maze unless it's hungry. I mean, look how complicated it is just for it to get to the cheese. They just won't take the trouble unless their bellies are good and empty. There's no incentive.
Oh, me too. I mean, when my belly's all full up, I won't even get up to turn off the television. Last night I watched TV till 2 a.m., and the set wasn't even on.
How soon can the mice run the maze again?
Tomorrow, provided they're not fed before then.
Professor, would you?
Oh. All right, Mr. Gillis, I'll let them run tomorrow if it's that important to you.
No, it's not that important. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, what have I got at stake? Except my life.
Hey, Dobe, you want to go downtown and watch that guy flip flapjacks in the window? Hey, you want to go to the stockyards and watch him dip sheep? Well, you want to see my appendix scar?
Oh. Hi, Zelda.
Like, hi, small girl.
Hello, chaps.
Going anywhere in particular?
Oh, no. I just put on my satin back crepe, my rhinestone earrings, and my glass slippers just to knock around in.
Oh, date with Chatsworth, huh?
Good thinking.
Good evening, Zelda, my little antelope.
Hi, Chatsy. You look divine.
Yes, I do, rather, don't I? Come, my pretty, let the revels begin.
What enchanting divertisements have you planned for us tonight, my clever...
Oh, nothing special. The opera, the theater, the movies, a 12-course gourmet dinner, a little miniature golf, bowling, the batting cage, and then a trip to the observatory. Halley's Comet is particularly brilliant tonight.
Let us away.
Yes, let's. Hasta la vista, amigos.
Dude. Like dude. I'll never get her back.
Well, you always got me, good buddy.
Doomed.
Like dude.
And after tomorrow, I'll be totally and completely doomed.
What's tomorrow?
Don't you remember, tomorrow's when the professor does the experiment with the mice again. And of course, it's going to end up the same way again. If I ever had a chance of getting Zelda back, it'll be gone for sure tomorrow.
Like doomed.
I feel rotten.
Yeah, let's get something to eat.
Let's get something to eat. 5 innocent words. Let's get something to eat. But when Maynard said them, a bell started clanging in my head, and they suddenly ranked right alongside Remember the Maine and Tippecanoe and Tyler, too, as words that will go down in history. Let's get something to eat, reminded me of what the professor had said. If a mouse isn't hungry, it won't run the maze. So if I snuck into the classroom and fed the bright mouse plenty of food, it'd just sit there and let the dumb one leave it at the post. Then what would Zelda think of those fancy theories of heredity? Clever, huh? Yep, like I told Maynard, the answer to my problem with Zelda is food.
Oh, good thinking.
Yeah.
We feed her till she can't move, then we grab her, put her in a wheelbarrow, head to the tall tree, and we hide her in a cave, see?
Listen, remember what the professor said today?
Yeah, then every 1 or 2 or 3 days we go out there with a bunch of stuff like donuts and spaghetti, and we feed her again. Keep her sluggish. Man, she'll never get away.
Maynard. Good thinking. Yeah. Now, will you listen? Well, Maynard didn't quite get it, but he seldom does. But I had the whole thing figured out. A, I would sneak into the classroom tonight and feed cheese to that bright mouse until it was stuffed. And that meant B, when the professor puts it in the maze tomorrow, it won't be able to move. So C, the dumb mouse will run the legs off it, which means that D, the professor's talk about heredity gets knocked into a cocked hat. E, Zelda realizes that those theories don't mean a darn thing. And F through Z, I get Zelda back. You know something? It's a good thing the Russians don't have my brain. BF 436, bright female. That's the one, Maynard.
Hi, little squeaky buddy. Look, we brought you something good to eat. Cheese.
Yes, sir, little mouse. Here you are.
Eat hearty. Yeah, go on, eat. It's yummy.
Sure it is. You'll love it. All mice love cheese. All mice love cheese.
Hey, Doe, maybe he doesn't know he's a mouse.
It's delicious. Here, I'll eat some myself. He's not even watching, Maynard. Please, Mouse, just try a little. You'll love it.
Yeah, and it's good for you. Chock full of vitamins and like that.
Please?
Look, don't be a rat, you mouse. What was that? Somebody's coming. Come on this way. That's all right. They're in the room. Good thinking.
Dana! It's me!
Dope, I'm scared.
Shh! Don't talk. Don't whisper. Don't even breathe. Maynard, I told you not to breathe. I'm not breathing.
Hey, Dope, there's somebody else in the closet with us.
How ridiculous.
Maynard, that couldn't possibly. You feel something good, buddy?
Yeah, a little chin, little nose, two little eyes. Yeah.
Like Zelda?
Like Zelda.
Come out. Come out, please. Well, my young breakers and enterers, what are you doing here? Miss Gilroy?
What's Dobie doing here?
What's Zelda doing here?
What are you doing here? No offense.
No offense. Obviously, we all had the same idea. But who got here first?
Me.
To feed the mouse.
Then I heard somebody coming.
Me.
And me.
To feed the mouse.
But the mouse wouldn't eat.
But of course not. Miss Gilroy had already fed her.
Then we heard somebody coming.
Me. To feed the mouse. Which, of course, wouldn't eat.
Professor, why'd you do this?
Some people think of me as hard and cold and mean.
Yeah, me.
Yes, Mr. Krebs. But I guess underneath it all, I'm just a sentimental slob. Obviously, I'm not much of a scientist lousing up an experiment this way. But I figure we can stretch science a little bit if it means keeping you two together, because that's where you belong, together.
Oh, we do, we do.
Small girl, I don't dig. I mean, what do you want with Dobie? I thought you and Chats were having such a blast.
Maynard, you know absolutely nothing about love.
True, small girl.
Sure, I was having fun with Chatsworth. At first, anyhow, but every time I looked at you and saw those pathetic, helpless eyes looking at me like a sick spaniel, I knew I could never be happy with anyone else. I mean, if you're silly enough to get stuck for a tin-thumb idiot like you, Poopsie, no offense.
No offense, Zelda.
Then there's no chance of ever getting unstuck.
Thank you, Zelda. That's just the way I feel about you. You're a mess, but you're my mess.
Thank you.
Yeah, but what about the kids ending up with Dobie's tiny brain?
Oh, heredity isn't all that foolproof. The kids could turn out to be geniuses. Who knows?
And what if they aren't? I'll be there to protect them. If I can take care of one dimwit, I guess I can handle a few more.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty misty.
Me too.
Me too. Anybody got any cheese left?
Mumsy, will you listen? I certainly will not. I told you very distinctly to get rid of this desiccated creature and start going around with this beady-eyed little girl.
Mumsy, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Zelda won't have me.
Oh, smarter than I thought.
Nothing personal, Mrs. Osborne. It's just that Dobie needs me.
Well, he certainly needs something.
In view of the circumstances, Mrs. Osborne, Zelda and I feel that she should return the gifts that Chatsworth gave her.
Yeah, so I brought them back. Okay, Maynard.